everyone, welcome. My name is Candace. This is Flosstube 108 and there is chaos above me. There really has not been a good time to sit down and record at all. So we're just gonna have to deal with the chaos. Kids are still on break from swim, so that doesn't start back up until like April 11th, right after spring break. So yeah, everyone's here now. And I smashed my toe walking over here and it hurts. It was my pinky toe. Let's see. So it is March 23rd. I have an 11-year-old now. I recorded last on the 9th and he turned 11 on the 13th. So yeah, he had a delicious birthday dinner. We took him to Olive Garden and he got lots of good stuff. So he's happy. His brother's sad because he didn't get presents too. He'll survive. So it's been kind of a hectic 2 weeks, but if you have not had a chance to check out my my business Instagram account, it is Willow Spring Co. And there's a huge de-stash going on right now. So there's a ton of yarn, there's a ton of fabric, there are some cross-stitch things. I think I'm gonna do one more upload of stuff and then I'll start invoicing. I hate to start invoicing and then have somebody see something in the next batch of stuff and, you know, end up having to deal with the fees twice from PayPal. So, because I'll invoice, so it'll be like a business transaction. That way everybody's safe. If something gets lost in the mail, I can easily see that you didn't receive it and you can get your money back, stuff like that. So, yeah, so I should have one more batch of stuff uploading hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Saturday morning. I just needed to clear out a little bit of space. I had to, oh, if you're interested in bear yarn, like you can dye it type of yarn, I listed a whole bunch a couple days ago. So I really thought I was gonna dye my own yarn and use it for projects, and that's just not happening. And I've had this bear yarn sitting here in this cabinet on the bottom shelf for way too long. So it is definitely time for it to go to a home where it can hopefully get some use. So why don't we chat about some finishes? Because I got a couple. The first one, you guys have already seen this, finished but not beaded. So this is from JBW Designs and it is Be Merry. And so what I did is I put the beads on it. So I know it's really hard to see, but on the wreath in the middle, there are beads. And then down at the bottom, right here, on each of these little green points is a bead. So I had ordered red beads to put on this, and I think it turned out fantastic. So now I just have to finish it. There's the door. I don't know what my children are doing. One should be doing his homework. The other one I'm not sure. You hear that? Guess what else is done? I have another finish. How about a last look at a horrible picture? I still don't understand why pictures are so bad on cross stitch patterns. So I stitched this on a 16 count Beach Walk Ada. And I love it. It looks so good. So I finished the stitching. I ended up doing some beading before the wings were done because I had taken this project to work and didn't have two of the flosses for the wings. So here's where it was last time. Oh, wait. Here's where it was last time. And there she is, all done. You can see her sparkly head. So there's a close-up of the beads in her hair. And I know you're probably getting like crazy glare from the light, but so she has some beads on her wings and then a little bit in her chest area and down her dress, but the rest are in her hair. So this was a really good one for beginner beading because there were not that many beads. But I'm excited. I like it. So I think I'm just going to find a frame and just frame this myself. If I were to do it today, I probably would have done it on a different fabric. But this was the call for color, even though it called for linen. I used the Aida because at the time, I tried to stick really close to what was recommended, and I was not stitching on linen at all at the time. So that's my second finish. And then of course now I have tons of beads left over. Did you hear that? If you have kids and you have stairs and doors, you'll recognize that sound. Yeah, so that one's all done. All right, how about a whip? This is my only non-full coverage whip because this month, I know I mentioned it in the last video, I'm doing lion versus lamb, or lamb versus lion. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but it's a full coverage challenge that is in Whip Warriors. And I think, pretty sure. But anyway, so you do, you start with your full coverage project that has the least amount of stitches stitched, and then you work up to your project that has the most amount of stitches stitched, which generally is the one that's closest to a finish. So I've really just been working on that. And then this one has been my work project since I finished Faerie Autumn Glow. So this is Cottage Garden Samplings, the Reindeer. And I'm doing this on a 40 count 2/1, and the fabric doesn't have a name. It is from Stitch Me. But I also did the fox on this fabric. So I feel like I'm on the wrong side today. Here's where I was last time. I'm very excited. I think it's looking amazing on this fabric. There have been a lot of color changes. So I did a color conversion for the fox and for this one. However, one of the colors that was in the antlers that was supposed to be in the deer was too dark. And it's like where this orange, all this orangey gold color is, it was too dark. It was fine in the antlers, but it was too dark in the body. So I grabbed a different color from my stash, and that's this color right here. That color is actually done except for the little cabin that's going to be right here. So I finished that color, and then I started working on the darkest brown. And the only other place that is in the cabin. So this was a WhipGo March project. No, this was February, and I did not touch it. So my goal was 1,000 stitches, and I actually got probably about 1,500 stitches in on this one. And I just love it. So that's my reindeer, and I did not think I was going to be able to stitch on 40 count at work. I was wrong. As long as I have my glasses on and not my contacts, I can stitch 40 count at work. I just stitched it in hand, and I had started this on a Q-snap. So that, you know, two-handed stitching is, for me, two-handed stitching is very quick. And I can usually get quite a bit of stitching done, which is why I work on full coverage after the kids go to bed, because I can just whip right through it. But, yeah. Who knew that I could stitch in hand on 40 count at work? Not me. All right, so let's see. Now all we have are the full coverage ones. So I will start with the one you saw last time. This one actually has the most amount of stitches done, but I had not done my full 1,000 on it yet. So here's Mini Autumn Cat Magic. And there's where it was last time. And there it is now. Oh my goodness, I can hear my kid yelling outside. Yeah, so I got my 1,000 in on this one. And as you can see, I stopped mid-thread. I hit 1,000 and I was like, cool, done. Back to the first one again. So that first one is Mini Kasa. Now, Mini Autumn Cat Magic, Heaven and Earth Designs. Artist is Melissa Dawn. Still available on Heaven and Earth Designs. This Mini Kasa is from Jeremiah Ketner. He is no longer allowing his artwork. His artwork is not licensed by Heaven and Earth Designs anymore. I'm really sad about that because I love his artwork. He is, however, licensed for diamond painting through Diamond Art Club, just in case you would like to know. And I did get some more done on that, but I'll show it next time. I didn't want to drag it all the way down here. So here is where Mini Kasa was before. There's where it's at now. So I get another 1,000 stitches in on this one. And I just love it. I love the colors. Oh. All right. Next up, for least amount of stitches done, this is Mini The Possibilities Eeveelutions Max Color. And this is by Alyssa Gerwig. She's Walking Melons. And this is also Heaven and Earth Design. So here's where it was last time. And that's where I've gotten to on Vaporeon. So still a lot of like outline on Vaporeon, except for right in the center right here, because I did this over here. So when this one comes out next, I will, because I should be able to get through one more round, maybe. I guess it depends on what happens this weekend. The kids have a swim party. Their end of year swim party is this Sunday. So I guess we'll see what happens between tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. Hopefully I can get some done and make it through another round. All right, the fourth one. This is from Charting Creations. The artist is Reuben McHugh, and it's called Christmas Pixie. And here's where it was before. So I'm to the point with this one where I'm not going to be able to show the entire thing in the side-by-side because it's getting across there a little bit. So there's where it is now. And I know it might be just a little bit difficult to tell, but this flower right here, I've done in that diagonal. It's all done. So I know it's probably kind of hard to tell because the colors are so light. They're like all of the lightest creams. Think a lot of 712 and 3865. So I love how it's coming along though. So this diagonal is done, and then I'll start on the next part of the diagonal the next time I pick it up. And then this is the one I was working on last night. This also makes me sad. This is Mini Home for the Winter, Heaven and Earth Designs, and unfortunately Lucy Pittaway, her artwork is no longer licensed by Heaven and Earth Designs. Apparently she went to Bothy Threads, so I went and looked at their kits just to see if there were any of her designs that maybe we hadn't seen with Heaven and Earth Designs that I would want. And I gotta tell you, the mock-ups do not look good of her artwork. Maybe they're better once they're stitched up and in person, but it makes me kind of sad that her artwork doesn't look better. So here's where it was before. And there's that bottom corner now. I'm so close. And I know you can't see it, but there are a bunch of white stitches right here that kind of started up in that blue. I did those last night. So I just have a little bit of green to do in here, a little bit of dark blue right there. And then, by the way, I also hit 50%. So this is now officially 50% complete. But if I can get this done tonight, like this little bit right here, I will roll it up So when you see it next time, you'll see a bunch more exposed fabric, but you can still see the top part. So, yeah, I love it. So bummed her artwork is gone from Heaven and Earth. It makes me sad. All right, let's see. I didn't get any sewing done for National Quilting Day. I'm glad a lot of other people did. I'm bummed that I didn't, though, because I had really planned on it. And then we went, this is so silly. We went Pokemoning with the kids. So my husband and I each have Pokemon Go on our phones. And we went, and there was like a community day. So we went and did all that. And then we got milkshakes from Sonic. And as I was going to take a drink of mine, the styrofoam is so thin on Sonic's cups now, my finger went through it and the lid popped off. Guess where 2/3 of my milkshake went? All over my van. All over my van. So, yeah, that was fun. So I got home and I had to clean my van because milkshake. And then I was kind of mad about that. So my husband and I had a couple beverages and we were playing Super Mario Party on the Switch with the kids, because that's the Super Mario Party is the one that just came out. So it's the newest of the Mario Party games. So yeah, no sewing for me. And then Sunday is when I ended up uploading a whole bunch more stuff to Willow Spring Co. on Instagram. So I only got one thing in the mail, and it was today. Got my new issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. And I did do some looking through, because you can access this online before you get it in the mail. And at this point, there is nothing in here that I'm like, I have to stitch this right now. So I do like this one from Lindy Stitches. Here are the bee's knees. I do like that one a lot. I think it's cute. But a lot of stuff in here is very like Eastery or almost Valentine's Day kind of. And there's not a whole lot in here that like totally draws me in. So that doesn't mean that someday I won't decide that I'm completely in love with one of these designs. Here's the Barber Anna that's in there. I like it. It's just they kind of look like pilgrims to me. Maybe it's their hats. I don't know. But I don't love it. So we'll see. I mean, maybe someday down the road there will be something in here that I will just have to stitch. But that was all I got in the mail. So, oh wait, no, I lied. Please. When I got those red beads, of course, I was not going to order one little pack of Mill Hill beads by themselves on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. So I decided to get a couple of little pieces of fabric. So this one is a 1/16 of a yard. Seems weird. I don't know. It's an 8 by 12 of 36 count white tee. And it's an Edinburgh linen. So you probably can't see the tiny bit of modeling that's on here, but this one is an 8 by 12 of, is it Tycho or Tycho? I don't know. 36 count Tycho from Picture This Plus. And then I really like this one. It looks so much better in person than it did online too. This is a 36 count aged paper. This one has got a really funky cut though. Like, do you see how it gets skinnier on this end? Is a someone was very funky with their cutting on this one. So I don't know what I'm going to put on them, but I just, you know, Oh my goodness. Sorry. The kids are outside now. I don't know if the dogs think they see someone, but I guess that's a good place to leave it, is with the dogs barking and their nails tapping, and I apologize. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will try to be back in 1 week. If not, I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.